Coach, congratulations on the win. Was this the type of game, the tempo and the pace that you were hoping for with the team this season?
You can only be hopeful. I think it's something that plays to our advantage. We want to be aggressive and play at a great pace, and that's just something that's embedded in us. So we were happy with the results from tonight.
And just a follow-up, can you give us just an update on Stephanie, how she's feeling, how she's doing?
This is more precautionary. We know she has a bone bruise, so it's about getting her better. So right now, she's in a little pain, and hopefully, we think 6 or 7 days in the boot will help that, and then we'll do some more strengthening after she gets out of the boot, and we're treating it like an ankle sprain. I didn't know about bone bruises when I was playing, but I did know about ankle sprains, and I know they're delicate. So you just have to just be delicate with it. You don't want it to turn into something that it shouldn't. So we're taking the proper precautions now, and we'll hold up the fort until she gets back.
Congrats again. Thank you.
Thanks.
Doug Feinberg with the Associated Press.
Hey, Coach, you said before the game you need everyone on the team to step up tonight with people out. Just talk about the effort by everyone to get you this win tonight.
We thought it was a group effort, concentrated effort. Everybody came in focused. I think we have capable players on our roster. And so when we have a player that goes down, or when we have a player that's not 100%, we have other players that's, we coach our entire roster to be successful. And so that's what we're trying to do and accomplish. So when somebody goes down, somebody has to step up. Next person up.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Nick Neindorf. All right, can you unmute? Here we go. Okay.
Hey, Coach, sorry about that. Your team seemed much more in control of this game and played a lot cleaner this time around than on Sunday. What differences did you see, and what kind of sticking points were there with you during practice heading into this game?
I mean, I think it was first game jitters. So you're right on that call that our game was much more cleaner, but we didn't have a reference game, to look at and say where we were weak. But now we have a full game. We had scrimmage games, but they're not the same rhythm, not the same pace. So we were able to dissect the first game and say, okay, this is what we did wrong. This is where we think we can be stronger. This is what we have to focus on as far as our weaknesses are concerned. And these are the things that we can actually focus on as far as our strengths. So we tried to apply that, and we did a good job of executing our game plan. Our coaches did a great game plan, and we just followed the game plan, and we executed well.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Doug Feinberg.
Coach, you talk about Gabby's game tonight for you, how she played well. Hit the threes early on, just was a force off the bench.
I mean, she's complete. This is something that we expected from her. I remember last year when we were talking about her, playing at the point and kind of moving around. I know we took a lot of criticism, but we thought it would help her progression. And now I think we're seeing the benefits of that, where she's taking her game to another level. And so we're happy. We just hope, but we're confident that it'll keep going.
Cheryl raced out from WBEZ.
Hi, James. Congratulations. With the balance scoring you had this game, you look as now your opponents are going to be challenged because of the fact that you have scored at all sorts of levels.
I mean, it definitely makes us a more dangerous team that we have multiple players that can put the ball in the basket. But what makes us even more dangerous is that we have multiple players that are willing to share it. It's the second game that we've had 25 plus assists. And so people are going to see us scoring, but it's actually the way that we're scoring. We had 25 assists on 37 or 38 field goals. And that's how we want to play. We want to be a team that moves the ball and be multiple threats, but we also want to be a team that shares the ball. So that's important for us.
It seemed like the unselfishness was very apparent.
Yeah, and that's the way we are. Like we're a selfless group. And we just have to make sure that we stay that way. So that's important for us going forward.
Thank you.
Kenny Bar-Levy.
Hi, Coach. Thanks for the time. I was wondering if you could speak a bit about the Sky Takes Action campaign, kind of what you all hope to accomplish and what it means to you.
Well, it's something that, you know, we talked about, especially during, we were talking about how can we take action? How can we affect our community? You know, and so we all came together, we brought our heads together, and we have great leadership within our ball club as far as our players are concerned. And it's something that we're going to do. We're going to dedicate our time and dedicate our money and dedicate all our resources to extend it to by the hand, but also we're also going to extend it to different causes that each one of us have, as far as making the world a better place, making society a better place, as far as equality, as far as justice reform. So you know, we didn't want to come down here and make sure that we knew that we were going to come in a bubble. We didn't want playing to be a distraction. We wanted to be that we were playing for something, and playing for this is so much more meaningful than wins and losses. And we just wanted to make sure that we made that aware, especially from the beginning, that we were going to dedicate our time and dedicate ourselves and dedicate everything we have to, you know, equality, to justice. And so, you know, that's it. You know, we're going to keep on speaking on it. We're going to keep on doing things to make people more aware. And so that's the best that we can do, especially where we are right now. And now that we have this platform that everybody's eyes are on us, we're going to make sure that our voices are heard, especially for the people that don't have the same voices we do.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Jason Palmer, Chicago.
Coach, what did you tell your team at halftime? It seemed as though defensively you all stepped it up there in the second half as well.
We reminded them of where we were successful earlier on in the game. We also reminded them of where we were successful on offensive early on in the game, and we made sure that they were attentive to that and they paid attention to it. And we simplified the game plan a little bit. And so they did it. They came out ready, and they felt that they could win this game. You know, like we know that LA is a good team, but we felt that we were better, and so it was about us executing that and showing it. You know, because you can say you're better, but it doesn't matter until you show it.
Late in the first half, when the Sparks seemed to be making their run, when they actually came back and got the lead there at one point, did you feel as though your offense was a little bit stagnant because they stopped passing the ball around? It was a little bit too much one-on-one.
Yeah, it did. It stayed on one side, you know, and it stayed on one side of the floor. And the thing is to move them, you know, and attack them on the second side, and that's what we tried to do. They're a good team, so we expected a run. Like, we expected a run. It's just us matching it and us keeping our composure. They're a veteran team. They're a championship team. They have a lot of players back from their championship year in 2016. A lot of experience. So we just had to make sure. We knew that it was going to be a run coming. We just had to make sure we kept our composure and we stuck to the game plan. And at halftime, we adjusted to what we need to adjust to.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
James K.
Hey, Coach. Thanks for your time. It seemed like Diamond was really moving well out there tonight, and that there was even a point where she even tried to take a charge with, despite being a little bit, despite her being injured. Can you just give us an update about her and, what her timeline is to be no longer under like restricted minutes?
Well, I mean, we're listening to her body, and we're listening to her. You know, believe me, you have an All WNBA player. You don't want her on the sideline, so you want to have her in the game. And so everything is going to depend on how her body responds and how it's keep getting better. So we saw that she improved from 14 minutes to 24 minutes, and but you know, you could tell that she's not her explosive self yet, but she's getting there. She's getting there. We just have to be patient with her, and we have to hold down the fort until she's back to herself. And but I can't wait to see her running around, flying around, being her old self. But it'll take a little time, but she'll be fine. She'll be fine.
Great. Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
Two more questions for James. We'll head to Jason Palmer.
Yeah, just my other question would be in terms of the health of the team overall, are you expecting Colson to come at some point during this season?
Yeah, we expect her to come pretty soon. She has a negative test. She has to have another one. And as soon as she has another one, she will. The protocol is for her to come down here and be in quarantine for some days. So we should see her pretty soon. I talked to her today. I was happy we got the news, and we miss her spirit around. Our team, we miss her on the court. But the big thing about us is having all our family in the house, and that's what we don't have. So we miss her, and we'll get her back in basketball shape. And but it's just this is new for us and dealing with this. So we just want to get her here. And once you see her on the court, then we'll be complete and we'll be good.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Thanks.
Eric Wilson, last question.
So, Coach, you were talking about composure. Against the Aces, the team led for maybe about a minute 50. Tonight, it seemed like you controlled the lead the entire game. Could you just speak about the composure of the players tonight and how that factored into, not only controlling the tempo, but playing at your pace and getting the win?
I mean, we just had to make sure that, we attacked them. We attacked them, but we attacked them the right way. We were patient. We moved the ball. Like I said, we had 25 assists. Sloot didn't have a turnover tonight, which helps out a lot when your floor general is not turning over the ball, because turning over the ball is kind of infectious. And so when she doesn't turn over the ball, we win games, And when we don't turn over the ball, we win games. And so that was good for us, that we were able to attack them and get good shots and not foul them and put them at the free throw line. So we were happy with that.
Thank you.
Thank you, James.